but had a pretty clean win against T1 and really looking to show that they're in championship form here again at a global stage.
Dusk was talking about it. This map here, this split, it's where their bread has been buttered. It's where we've seen those massive performances from these players, but already Kira, dead off the rip. Wall bang shots out from Trent and Baby Bang. Able to go ahead and collect that first blood.
Yeah, really nice read here. They're anticipating some of this pressure as well. Jogamo just goes for a check to see if that was a confirmed clear, but not going to happen. So instead, it's to the other side of the map. A little bit of presence shown there by AG. It's going to send G2 trying to find that weak side. And as long as AG doesn't get too crazy here, they will be able to just find AU1 all on his own.
It's that quick star setup over at B Heaven. Try to continue to drum up that interest on that side of the map. Meanwhile, the Trailblazer goes out into mid. Nothing going to be spotted. And now they get the news here. AU1 just tucking back at screens. Needing to stay put and stay quiet until his teammates do arrive. But it looks like Jogamo going to try to push this issue and push this position. Leaf at the same time, lingering here at the box. Not going to win out that fight. And Garrett going to be able to get the better of him, but does take a good amount of damage. Now the push forward coming in, and AU1's going to be flushed out of screens. Player advantage maintained by G2 as they look for the pistol.
Already, Fengir's so weak here too. Could quickly become a 4v2. Just gonna try to scale forward. Not much util to work with.
Not much at all. The swing in, and Baby Bay clean with a shot. Finds another. There's the 3K, and there's the closer from Jogamo. G2. Concise in their strike. Scoop up the opening round here on Split.
And this is exactly what you wanted to see for G2. Baby Bay getting involved, getting some big kills, sharp with the Sheriff. 2 headshots there at the end to just nullify any hope that AG had in that retake. And a good kill for Jogamo there too. So the duelists getting involved, getting activated. Something again that we wanted to see here for this G2 team to be, you know, it's a complete team effort like we saw against XLG again.
For now, G2 not going to be looking to really up the pace here. Don't want to get caught off guard. We've seen plenty of teams win out their ecos after dropping the pistol at this tournament already. G2 does not really want to join those ranks. On forward, checks around the vent, nobody home here. It's very disconnected positions towards this A side of the map, so G2 pushing in, basically no opposition. Once again, it's going to be AU1, nearest one by.
He's just trying to hide his presence as long as he can. Jogamo hoping that somebody would reveal themselves for the Bucky to do some damage. He's going to tuck in close at the door. Everybody else playing a little bit further back, looking for that lurk, looking for that flank, doing some due diligence.
Oh, it's just going to be set on that fast lane. Sees what he gets out in reply. A couple of those classics firing off. Just opting to play this one patiently. AG similarly could just stay tucked in this position and go down to the spike, see if there's going to be any pursuit off the back of this one. G2 players would love to get some ult charge. And a relay bolt to clear this one would be a hell of a lot easier. Jogamo's still going to be able to find one. Leaf scaling forward, finds himself a second. Now okay, cleans up another kill, but will fall. So a Spectre going to be lost, but the rest of the G2 players get out to safety. And that will just be AG going down to the spike. So 2-0 start for G2.
Yeah, okay, so not bad at all. Maybe committing a little bit too much there as Leaf, but that's okay. You don't mind dropping 2 in your anti-eco. Leaf gonna grab a stinger instead. Let's see what Jog wants to go for.
A Bucky again, why not?
Yeah, why not? Can find one with it, that's great. Still gonna have that rifle in Baby Bay's hands. Trying to spread the map a little bit here. A lot of defaulting. AG really likes to keep 2 players in mid. Usually the Waylay and the Viper. And kind of keep the Omen over at B. Pretty standard stuff in terms of how they like to set up their defensive protocols on Split. Reveal there. Not going to catch anything. Just some spam, counter spam coming through from Fengir, but Trent being slow, cautious. Waiting out this Trailblazer. Jogamo going to dodge it.
They're going to scale forward off this.
Yeah.
Trying to maybe take some space, but going to be tapping the orb. Okay, we'll just be a shift around. Kira getting himself back in towards the site proper. G2 more than happy to just continue Stay quiet. Now about to make some noise, right? As we do see Shrimp start to slink his way back across towards B. Shell sent out, just a tiny bit of damage found there on the Trent. Does have the regen shield in behind that one. It's the fast lane now going to be set up. Relay bolt going through, looking for the kill, but AU1 still able to stay alive, but Baby Bay pushes forward, finds that elimination. Fengir's going to be taken down at the same time. Suddenly player advantage, the site not quite opened up though. Still need to fight their way through. It's going to be Shrimp tucked away. He wraps through elbow towards backside. Pont going to be cleared, the swing of the corner, Baby Bay able to spot him out. And turning around, watching for that flank, he's dragged into the grab well, overwhelmed and taken out. As there's the finisher, Baby Bay, another multi-kill round for him. G2 get the bonus conversion.
Yeah, really clean stuff here from G2. This attacker side is looking phenomenal. Just the C's connection, oh, that's unlucky. Jog deserved that one. Baby Bay there for the cleanup and the follow-up. Another triple kill. He goes up to 6-0 to start the map. You know, one interesting thing, I was talking to Josh RT before the match here today, and he said, you know, he really feels like they can do a lot of damage on this attacker side, that AG plays pretty standard stuff, and that falls right into their wheelhouse as a team with the way they're playing now. He's a little bit more worried about the attacker side for AG. Another dash in, a spot there for Baby Bay.
Spots out too. Gonna be a fast flood retake attempt here from AG to try to overwhelm, but Baby Bay continues to be sharp. Another kill found as Fengir falls. He's lobbed in, no grab to be had. But Baby Bay just catches another one through the smoke.
Back in a flash.
He's just walking on water right now. It's Kira lingering. Will get caught off guard here from behind. Does Baby Bay here with a nice shot. It's able to find Jogamo, so suddenly the duelist is down. Spike not being planted. Shrimp out from heaven is able to find Valen. Suddenly a Thrifty might just be coming through. Clear the boom bot. Leaf has his work cut out for him. Snakebite to try to zone back the player at alley. Swings in, is able to find Kira.
One enemy remaining.
Trent. Now safe to go ahead and get that spike planted on the floor. AU1 needing to try to somehow isolate and conquer, but with a Stinger at that range, this is so unfavored. Leaf will find the finisher, and they get close to pulling off the Thrifty, but still not yet going to be on the board.
Hopefully this gives a little bit of confidence over to AG, that they can hit their shots. You know, they just gotta find their groove, find their momentum. Again, first time on the stage for these players, on the big stage globally. So, pretty good stuff there. Shrimp, one of those guys you're looking at to do a lot of damage for all gamers. But they're gonna take a quick timeout here. Want to talk about how they're going to approach this kind of G2 sort of just finding extremities, finding the ability to get onto.
It's just gonna be another one racked up for G2. It's starting to come online as well. That convergent path's there, the pit available for Leaf. Make for a very tricky post plant.
Looks like some mid consideration, quick hit even.
There it is, AU1. But you see the glow of the head, you know where he's at. Jogamo just holds down M1 to find the kill. Viper now eliminated. That's it, G2 just more than happy to kind of pump the brakes off the back of that one, and what a timing to be found, Kira. Oh no, trying to go for the paint shells. The worst possible moment.
Oh boy.
That is a massive capitalization. And this is one of those rounds where we want to see the activation of Fengir, want to see that clutch from Shrimp. Trade this back. I mean, hell, we had how many 2v4s in the previous series on Split. Let's get a little bit of action here for AG. And as Jogamo sprinting in, will get cut down. Q able to find the one, but that gets traded out. Spam coming through. Refract forced to be taken by Fengir. Now down to 24, but the heals are going to be there. Now into the 2v4, but it looks like they're just going to be backing away, looking to go for the save.
Yeah, and this is a nice set play for G2 off the rip, right? Really simple stuff. You get a little bit of space in the mid. You use that Prowler just to check ahead to make sure that it's clear enough that you can use the Neon to accelerate up into B Heaven, and then use the convergent paths. There's just not much that AU1 is going to be able to do there. And, you know, the unfortunate position that Kira found himself in, where he was trying to go for the grenade, and that's basically round over there. It's clean stuff from G2. They're just kind of having their way with AG here so far, and tucked in, one in sewers, one in A lobby.
Seems like they should be able to hold on to the weapons. Leaf still a ways away, not going to be able to close that gap in time, so we'll retain those rifles. That's about the only silver lining that you're going to be able to pull out of that previous round. Just a great little catch here. Push forward, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Kira trying to go for a little delay set up there in mid, but it's the exact wrong timing. Ends up getting caught. You can see the frustration starting to spill out here.
For sure. This is the side of the map where usually you're doing some damage as AG as well, so this has got to be concerning in the back of your minds that you're not able to kind of hold the line like you would like. So they're going to change up a little bit of positioning here. Fengir going to be the one to watch A ramp. He's already tucked in pretty far back. Trent just drawing attention in towards mid. You can keep that extra player locked in towards that space. They have to use a boombot to check early because of how aggressive G2 were in the previous round, just to make sure that they're not pushing forward. Here we go.
Dash in, Saturate going to be lobbed over, but Fengir able to strike first. Jogamo going to be taken down. Solid opening kill found for AG. Might just be the best chance for them so far. Try to get this round converted into a win.
Look at what G2 is doing. They're trying to push B Heaven to sell a fake. Maybe they could cut through ropes if they can get in there. Got to get through Fengir, though.
A bit more noise going to be made. Leaf will just slot himself alongside the wall here, the entry to Heaven.
Oh, Valen's being so tricky. He put up 2 stars over on the other side.
But it looks like they're not quite falling for this. The rotation is coming in. AU1 starting to join in, reinforce this A site where previously it was the weaker of the two.
30 seconds left.
Fengir on the reposition now out towards screen. Shrimp still sat here. Backside concussed, not going to connect. Fengir's able to find another. Trent taken down at Heaven. Valen now going to be caught as Shrimp starting to come online.
Spike down A.
Sees the gun barrel. They know exactly where Baby Bay's at. He's not going to be able to fight his way out of this one. A flawless round for AG to at long last get themselves on the board.
Yeah, that's massive. You're going to get a little bit of extra economy in there as well off of that. You're going to have Fengir's ult, couple away from Shrimp and AU1's ult, GRQ as well. This is what I'm talking about, where they want to give you that little bit of space, catch you a little bit off guard in your timings when you're trying to go for your execute. This is a perfect setup and a perfect execution. Fengir in particular, very clean, some of that shooting. So, okay, you got one on the board finally. See if they can run a few more together here and give G2 a little bit of trouble.
Convergent paths online, the rest of the ults just a hair away. Baby Bay getting tagged up on that entry. Dives forward, but will find a relatively empty site. Said, trying to get the spike into play could prove to be a little bit difficult, but Leaf is going to look to try to turn that around. As the pit goes up, and Jogamo lurking here at ramp is able to find 2. Fengir dead, runs out of bullets, can't find the kill there onto Shrimp, but does find damage. Seekers are available, might have to be invested just to try to suss out where this Viper's disappeared to, but Money's still not in the most stable position. Well, it's overall decent for AG, so certainly should try to play this one out. Can they find Leaf? Another smoke going to be blooming. Baby Bay cutting across towards back map. Spot on the one. Valen able to find Shrimp. Finds himself a second as GRQ gets taken down. Now it's just AU1 backpedaling out towards safety, trying to stay alive. But they will chase. They will look for blood. Trent going to be the one trying to take him down, and he shall. Nightfall online off that kill. G2 now up 6-1.
Yeah, and it's just a little counter move that G2 makes here in putting Jogamo behind the box at the top of ramps that really hurts AG. It's a good read by G2 in terms of understanding that AG is going to be making a quick rotation. Let's have a player in place that a spot that might catch them off guard, and it absolutely does. If Jog doesn't run out of bullets, he might get 3. Took a little while to get that spray to go through that box. He's going to have his ult. Trent has the Nightfall. A lot of ults. Kira almost to that showstopper, but man, he's had a real struggle here. 1-5 on the scoreboard right now for the Rays, and Jog is just off to, whoa, he's dead, never mind.
Yeah, just quickly pushing forward into that smoke, and Shrimp is there to greet him. Hello, Baby Bay, however, able to get on top of Fengir as the Refract drags him back. Let's find the Punisher 1-for-1. The duels exchange on either side.
It's all fake.
In the meantime, yep, they are just walking their way forward onto the B site. Leap with that spike in hand. Meanwhile, GRQ has managed to hear this, relays this over to the team. Ball going to be sent up towards Heaven and Stairs. Going to be getting a catch. Kira 1 away. If he can find a kill, would give him the showstopper, which could be absolutely monstrous and trying to turn the tides of this round. Main shells out towards Garage, not going to find the contact on anybody. Checks over towards Drop. The scale forward now coming through. As they drop down, grab well, dragging in towards 2, but AU1 able to find a kill. Leaf going to be struck down by the Judgment Balance. Still here at backside, poking and prodding, finding a kill. Looking for the follow-up, gets the second. Trip now dead. The shorty drawn out. This is Kira there for a brief little moment, but it's going to be BabyBay now. On high, just dancing around this pillar. Keeping him busy, keeping him off the fuse. Another 3K for BabyBay. As G2 still not allowing for AG to find that second round win.
Yeah, this is just phenomenal stuff from BabyBay. Able to find that kill off of his own saturate right at the window of A Heaven, and Valen doing some great stuff there at backside, using that smoke to his advantage. Even though he can't find the follow-up with the shorty just on a timing, the rest of the team there finish the job, and BabyBay really patient on that counter lurk.
Starting to get to that point where if you're AG, you've got to be considering potentially that second timeout to come through. Always a tough pill to swallow. Let's see if they can make something of this one here. Judge and a Singer in the bye, but that showstopper now online. The Convergent Path still in the hands of Fengir. Has not committed that quite just yet.
Yeah,
at the same time, you have that Outlaw in the hands of Leaf, and he could be damn deadly with it.
Right, and he might be squaring off against that ult, that big ult that Kira has. Kira's tucked in with a Judge, though, so might not be giving up much there. Trying to play in a position where he should get value out of it at the very least. Fengir dodges a saturate, gets BabyBay.
Critical kill to be found. BabyBay's been monstrous so far for G2. Big elimination, a bit of revenge, and now a spot on the Leaf as well. He'll just dash across. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Good to see that restraint being shown. This will just force away. U1 reroutes him over towards Alley. 3 players situated here as the relay bolt not going to be connecting onto Jogamo. GRQ able to find Valen. Trent though out onto the Raptors somehow. Unable to find that kill. Leaf is going to be good for 1, but he's tagged down to 24. Last one standing and won't be able to find a damn thing. AG, a relatively clean win, commit in with that Convergent Pass to get themselves a second round win.
Yeah, and that early first kill for Fengir, such a big deal for slowing down this G2 team. Convergent Paths landing nicely. Trent just trying to see if he can get lucky with the one taps while he's saturated up there, but not going to happen. GRQ, nice work holding that site. Nice job anchoring. It's going to give AG some hope. See if they can get this to 7-5. Be a nice bounce back for them going over to their attacker's side.
Oh, what a turnaround it would be. Taunt over the top, talking about the jump peak. Spotting him out, will just back away. Pain Shell's just going to be locked in. One there to receive it, and immediately, it's a bit of a disconnect here from G2. Trying to scale their way forward through the vents. Come around off this flank, but now Leaf going to be eliminated, and there goes Jogamo. Showstopper finds its target. Fengir now looking for the transfer, and takes down both at vents. Denies them access, and Valen, a world away, might just be able to have a freebie here. Will be able to clean up the enemy Omen, but it'd have to be an ace clutch, and he's still quite far from recovering the spike.
It's a bit of a journey. Love to maybe just hold on to this gun, to be honest. The money's actually getting a little bit weird for G2, so I think at this point you're just gonna try to wait this clock out, see how aggressive AG wants to get off of this, but it's just a great hold at A ramp. See how important it is for them to control the extremities now.
30 seconds
kind of finding out that maybe those counter floods that they want to go for, or the denial of executes, isn't really going their way, so a change up of ideology is going to be nice. And nice setup, little flash and go.
10 seconds left.
Just going to have to wait this out, see if there's anything else that happens. But overall, I really like G2's game plan for the most part, too. They're doing a good job with a lot of kind of misdirection, some neat map stuff, but this round, able to get some value out of that ult, and you absolutely need to, as AG, with that raise in play. That showstopper has to be a difference maker. See if Kira can keep it up. He's usually really good on the attacker side on this map. That's where I've been really impressed with him on his entries. This is just solid.
Now, without that previous damage, Jogamo almost certainly would have been able to survive. And who knows what happens with that Bucky in hand off the back of that one, but we will have the timeout call from G2. Not going to be looking to save both. They want as dominant of a half as it could possibly get. So their sights on that 9-3.
Yeah, for sure. And
to try to ice the players on the other side of the stage as well.
Yeah.
Say, okay, they built up 2 in a row. They're starting to claw this one back. There's a potential for them to make this a 5 to 7 half.
And they're out of the ult cycles now. So for G2, it's your turn to be in that ult cycle. Try to really capitalize on that.
Take forward smoke set up here. GRQ maybe with a tiny little gap to play around. No. Little bloom across the entirety of that garage exit. Well,
Find you.
linger over towards mid from Baby Bay. There's the reveal onto Kira. Just quickly make his exit. Blast packing back across towards safety.
Fishing for responses. These are fast rotates from AG, man.
Looking to match G2, but they're going to pump the brakes once again. Have to suspect that they've drawn this attention, and Leaf will be able to confirm it, but with his life. A 1-for-1, both Vipers down. But now you've got them in this 2-2 split. The pack mentality of G2 could try to come out on top, but Val in around the corner, goes in the Astro form. They see the glow, and they get the kill. Kira able to collect that one, and now it's player advantage in the hands of AG. 3v4 for the post. Jogamo swinging the corner, but Fangir's just reading him like a book. Instant with that headshot, the dash across, just trying to scout for information. It's back across the safety now, Trailblazer to lead the way forward. One at the top of stairs, Trent gonna be tucked here, has to clear that out, swings into his demise.
Wow.
Svengir finds himself another. Baby Bay's presence confirmed in heaven by the guiding light. He will fall. Shrimp able to collect it, and that timeout call from G2 might have just bit them in the rear as AG get up to 4.
They're just really sharp right now. They're reading the map really, really nicely. That 2-man push out of B main, a difference maker. They're playing together here. They're always going in at least pairs if they can help it. Then you got Fangir, who's really hitting some good shots, winning some big battles out on the extremity there. Okay, starting to feel like if this gets to 5, man, I think I'm starting to believe in AG.
He's catching up to Baby Bay, who is having such a solid start to this one, but has been struggling to try to find any real impact in these last couple rounds. Now we go into that last round of the half. Convergent path's going to be available for him. So jump across A main for Jogamo so far. Cosmic Divide going to be called in. Shrimp opening up with that Odin, but we'll just push in front of this wall. Backs away, swaps the weaponry. Now a Vandal in hand as the Trailblazer goes forward to scout, and we'll find that no one's really gotten themselves forward onto the site quite just yet. Flash through, Valen able to find the one, but Kira there for the trade. GRQ now trying to get a piece of the pies. It's just a bloodbath. It's one that G2 narrowly do manage to come out on top of. Single player advantage, but U1 Fengir still alive. The double dash across over into elbow, has to refract back to heaven, and Jogamo has the backstab. Gets a 3K and gets G2 an 8-4 half.
Yeah, it's a really nice read here by G2, expecting the counter flood. Deal with it. They have the angle density. Really nice stuff right on the edge of that Cosmic Divide.
Well, it's a really solid start here for G2. Decent little recovery from AG. Let's see if they can find the pistol, try to jumpstart the engine in the second half.
AG, oh man, that last round, if they could have got it to go, but G2 just so ready for it. Look at this map, expecting mid pressure. This is something AG loves to do here. Odd split is try to create space in the mid and use that as a pivot point to go A or B. But it's well read by G2 in terms of their tendency, but right now AG showing something they don't usually. They want to go over towards B main, but they get stopped by the grab well in the snake bite.
Oh, just dragging them together. The shots flying out, and Leaf is able to find the first, and Jogamo just pushing down into mid, catching AU1 over at Ramen. Does he do a good amount of damage to Jogamo down to 11. Chance for a freebie kill here, but Fengir, pressure on him. Just managed to find the dink. Trent, oh, taken low, but there's the jump off the back of the saturate. GRQ gonna be good for another, but now that's the spike in hand, dropped over towards Ali.
I got the spike.
Shrimp, the aforementioned clutch king for this team.
He
Needs to prove it again, but yeah, if he just silently walks across to A, this could catch G2 a bit off guard. Maybe give him some time to try to isolate these kills. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
G2's probably going to figure it out in about 3, 2, 1. Jog's already on his way.
Starting to sprint his way across. The other two just going to be playing together. Don't want to split up unnecessarily here. So the plan now to come in, Jogamo. An opportunity for that first contact, but again, with 11 HP, a stiff breeze would take him down.
Trent too, really weak, 28.
This is very doable for Shrimp. No further util available on either side. Just come down to game sense as well as just the ability to isolate and conquer, but Jogamo, even with the health disadvantage, just finds the headshot. Shrimp eliminated, and that's another pistol going the way of G2.
Yeah, this is just a great protocol setup for G2. They don't get any pressure in mid, no real heavy pressure, so they just kind of keep pressing, and then they have the grab well and the snake bite set up, and it's perfect. And
just can't escape it.
Yep, Kira's just doomed. Huge there that Jog gets that kill too. Don't give Shrimp any chance. He has been monstrous in clutches over in China. Keeping him out of the equation, keeping him from getting hot. That's huge. Got a judge for Jog, a couple stingers, Bulldog for Trent, Baby Bay with the Outlaw. Gonna go for that scoped weapon.
Jog for now, he's ready for that waylay to maybe just come landing up onto the rafter. And there he goes. And there goes Fengir. It's just well read overall. Jump out of the smoke, and Kira will be able to collect the kill, but Trent to Sarah for the covering fire. Meanwhile, Whiffy on the first shot. Baby Bay going to be taking that refract back over to safety. Meanwhile, AU1 getting the jump on the flank. Does manage to collect another one, so some damage going to be dealt here. As well as the spike planted. Shrimp now with a judge in hand at elbow to try to protect this and pull off the thrifty win. Dash over, trying to scale forward, close that distance. He cannot. The judge going to be recovered though, and GRQ putting it to use for one, but cannot dissuade Trent from finding the 4K. Refused to be passed over, you would expect. Get that Nightfall fast-tracked. G2 now up to 10-round wins.
Still really nice pressure that they're able to create. I kind of like this in terms of follow-up game plan. Even though you lose one to Jog there, he just antis you. Trent's gonna get 4. Be fast-tracking that Nightfall, but you know, you're able to confuse. You're able to come up on the back of ramp when G2's not expecting it. Get a freebie there. So a couple nice little things. At least able to do some pretty decent damage. Jog's going to be on a Bucky. I don't think Valen's going to buy it. Well, he goes for the Stinger, of course.
But this has to be the round.
Yeah, yes.
Cannot afford to have another bonus conversion. G2 pull that off. Stick a fork here and split. We need to find this win. I need to find it cleanly. Still 2 players lingering outside of A. The other 3. Some pressure applied around Garage. Now look to try to scale their way into mid. They get the spot on the leaf. Big rotations though as Jogamo and Trent look to reinforce from that male side.
Now they're going to try to see if they can get a reaction.
Mitchell lobbed in the one-way. Trailblazers are going to be cleared out.
Man, I'm worried for him. This has got to feel weird getting vents for free like that. There was that haunt though.
That suspicion is very well earned. Jogamo just staying tucked into the corner, safe as ever. Long Leaf playing close right side of this A main exit into the site.
Oh, but you have B main control, so you can lean Trent a little bit over towards A. Jog won't be too far behind, coming from male.
Flash out over towards the corner. There's a spot out. Fengir turns back, is able to find that kill, swings in, looks for a little bit more, but eats a shot from Baby Bay, but it's going to be damage traded back. Jogamo, however, now for the backstab. Able to find the kill, wants to hold on to the Bucky, it would seem. Could go for the weapon swap, and will do so eventually. Meanwhile, Plant's going to be coming through. 4v4 at the moment, AG. Can they hold their ground?
Feels like it comes down to Fengir and his timings.
Pressure being applied on that ramp side, at least not at the moment. Jogamo able to just get pushed up all the way around towards the back side and catches timing on the Shrimp. Looks for a little bit more. Cannot find that kill, and now it's just Baby Bay. The Outlaw on hand. Can he find some more damage? Can he find a clutch? Right now, for the moment, looking unlikely. AG, this time around, denying the bonus conversion from G2. Push down, the shots coming in, he's looking for it, but Yeah, Baby Bay will end up falling. Big round from GRQ with 3K for the Omen. AG halfway to tying it up.
Yeah, he's had some really nice stuff here today. He's not one of the players that's going to get talked about a lot on this AG squad, but he's showing up big when they need it most. Fengir, of course, still having some impact, but that crossfire they have set up on the backside ends up working out. I got a bit worried there when Shrimp just got caught staring into Narnia. But somehow, some way, they're able to get it to go through, and Fengir didn't really even need to get involved.
I believe he was looking for the haunt. So I was looking to try to clear that, but it's just, you know, good timings from G2. All the same, can't convert the round off of that one, so still alive and well, RAG. Maybe a Spectre in hand here for Valen. Unable to quite get up to a full rifle. Well, double duelist push out from G2. Looking to try to maybe catch AU1.
Jog's got his ult too.
Oh, there's the spot, and AU1 snappy with a headshot. It's the punish, and yep, Jog's got the ult, but he's gonna have to use it maybe in the next round.
Scout destroyed.
They're being really slow, really methodical. RAG. Normally they're kind of just like, you give us space, we're gonna take it. But I think they're just very afraid. They don't really understand yet how G2 wants to play, and they need to start kind of piecing it together round by round. And they're starting to now claim some of that territory. Gonna try to set up a crunch over towards B.
TP to backside. Valen looking to try to clear it. No. Will just intercept as soon as he plants his feet. A lot of timing to be found, as well as the weapon now upgraded. Valen posts up on top of the box. Dropping down, Shrimp trying to scale forward, up and over. He goes, looks for that transfer, cannot manage to find it, but Trent still here, still fighting. There's the backstab on the AU1. It's looking decent for a brief little moment there for AG, but G2, they suss it out. That catch from Valen is everything.
Yeah, this is one of those big brain plays from Valen. He's waiting out that TP, and he gets it right as GRQ commits to it. And then that buys so much time because they take forever to try to clear him out of there. They're really being slow about working in towards that site. I'm not seeing that typical kind of Kira dives in, the rest of the team's trying to back him up. Harbor stuff, because I love the tech that G2 had there on Abyss. We'll get to that later. Judge for Jog. Nightfall for Trent now. So you do have Shrimp's ultimates. You have some ability with the cabbages to get a little bit of info. And here we go. They're just gonna push through towards mid, I think, but here goes Fengir. Some dive potential.
Refract at the ready. Early lobbing on that saturate, just trying to get a catch, but nobody home. Joggo now gonna maybe consider rotating down into the vent itself. Can hold that from below with that Judge in hand. Will be dead to rights if he goes pushing, but Trailblazer gonna be able to get the spot out here on the 2, so Leaf's position now gonna be known. Right of the rope, trying to get the catch here. Fengir does manage to outdo him, so Jogamo going to be taken down. The Seeker's now going to be lobbed in, but Leaf is able to find one. The trade coming in is AU1. Strikes him down, gets him back into a player advantage position. And Trent, similarly, caught off guard, just not ready for the push. Fengir outdoes him. Now it's just Valen and Baby Bay to see if they can make any kind of go of this. They're very disconnected from one another.
Yeah, and I mean, Valen still only has a Spectre. He's going to be able to grab an upgrade, though, along the way.
Get the one in mid, but
they even go for this. I don't think they will.
Going to have their work cut out for him. Without anybody swinging in, peeking into Baby Bay. Trying to pull this off. Does seem unlikely. Valen doesn't even want to make the noise with the swap of the weapon. We'll just hold on to that Spectre for now. It's the ping out, and maybe we'll just tuck away, see if he can find anybody on the exit. Well, yes, he will. Cleans up one, but the time has been given over, so G2 just have to back away, save these 2 rifles. AG, the timeout call, working a treat this time around. Get themselves up to 6 once again, a 5-round deficit.
Yeah, and even though G2 tries to throw kind of an extra body at the problem in towards that male control, AG's still able to take it. And that's really, really nice. A little bit of late util coming through. You know, able to take some space, and then Jog tries to play off that Nightfall to see if he can catch him off guard, but it was Fengir holding the line there, giving a lot of space over so that Judge couldn't really do any damage. Very, very nice discipline. And a little bit pacier. Not super fast or anything, but a little bit pacier there where they're confident to keep taking space, keep scaling forward. That's what I want to see a little bit more of in the long run for AG. This looks like just a fake over towards B to buy a little bit of attention early and then a quick pivot over in towards A. Of course, you got to watch for Jog again. They've already seen him peek out once down through A main. This time around, not going to be there, and they're just going to go for the big push. Usually it's going to be Kira who's just going to dive onto the site proper. He's only got a Guardian here. Let's see if they want to change up that idea because of that.
Angel's going to be locked in over towards Elbow. Now Blast packing up over the top, looking for the kill here on a Baby Babe. It has to drop away. Gets overwhelmed, gets surrounded. Jogger at the same time, maintaining control over main. Going to be full flash, but gets the spot out. Swaps back to the Bucky, but it's going to be Fengir now. Previously dove forward, is able to find two. The duelist of G2 eliminated. And somehow he is untouched, but Shrimp is tagged down to 7. This would be a monstrous 2v3. To continue to try to run this one back and deny the map point away from G2, and that's a great start, Fengir. Instantaneous with the kill. Convergent paths now at the ready, going to be considered. So both players going to be stunned on the corner, and Valen strikes in, finds it. As Fengir looks for the ace clutch. 7 bullets remaining in the mag. Valen on the corner, tagged up. Fengir still somehow completely untouched, but Trent will play him in, plant his feet, find the headshot, and G2 will find their way up to map point.
Just all the util slammed in. Great reactions from G2 as AG tries to make their big execute. Just gumming up the works. Some stuns landing onto Kira. And even though Fengir gets tucked into the corner, and my God, does he give it a good effort. Look at Trent here. Woo! He was the one trying to bait, and he gets the kill. And oh yeah, Fengir not happy.
He's doing so much. Absolutely should have felt like he could have got that one over the line. And now AG needs 6 rounds in a row. The pit now blooming, locking off mid. Jogamo rotating through the vent. Just looking to reinforce this position. Still do have Trent and Baby Bay to hold down this A site.
You would think this would be a tough round here. You're not going to be able to get that mid control easily. You're on a weaker buy as AG. There's that Cosmic Divide for retakes, and Baby Bay's got the first kill.
That's the top fragger now gone. A huge chunk of your energy power taken away from you. Here at the same time, love to see him just try to get the grab on this orb, but Jogamo's right there on the other side of that smoke. It's just not safe enough for him, so cannot get that showstopper online quite just yet. Jump peek from Baby Bay, plays in Trent in heaven, calls out. Sees GRQ, the kill to come through. To saturate the C's, the grab well, AU1 gonna be just grabbed, locked in position as the pit now blooming. Baby Bay quickly chasing forward into this one. Couple players there on high. Trent to be taken down, but Baby Bay now finding Shrimp in exchange. And Jogamo takes a second from the realize, it would seem like, but Kira gets found, and it's gonna be 13-6, G2. Mopping the floor with AG on AG's map pick a split.